girl, Julia Steele, coming at you from my bedroom. How's it going, my handsome followers? I'm doing a little vlogging today. I was thinking the other day about my worst dates. I know I told you about one of them, about the guy who immediately right when he saw me, he was like, I'm not going to pay for you. I'm not an ATM. Douchebag. But anyway, I have 3 really hysterical, in my opinion, stories. Now that it's like later, I can look back on it and laugh. At the time, I was pretty freaking annoyed. So I'm gonna include a little life lesson in each one, a little dating tip for you guys. First one. This guy I met on probably like a dating site or something. He was pretty cute. Seemed normal. I mean, we had a pretty good conversation. Set a time to go out. I get there, and he's with like 3 of his people. And I'm thinking, oh, he met some friends up there or whatever, like they happen to be there. No, he like drove up with them, and I'm just there like by myself feeling like an idiot. And I'm just like, oh, okay, so is this like a group thing? Or like, what are we doing? I thought we were, hanging out, me and you. So apparently I don't know if he just felt weird being by himself, but I just thought the way that he had 3 other guys there to like build up his esteem or whatever was super turn-offy. Is that a word? Turn-offy? I'm gonna make it a word. But I was just like, maybe let me know if you want to do a group thing, then I'll bring some girlfriends so that I don't feel like the 5th wheel. Like, it was just weird and pretty disrespectful, I thought, because I feel like if you're going to make plans to go out with someone, you should let them know maybe if you want other people to be there. I mean, especially it was a date. Like, I didn't get that. So I'd love to hear your opinions on that. Like, do you just bring random people on your dates? I think that's really rude. So, life lesson number 1 for dating tips. Don't just bring your friends on a date. It looks stupid. You look stupid. It's dumb. Oh, what really irritated me about that too. They all worked at the same place. They were all talking about work. We were all around the table. They were all talking about work. And they all kept looking at me, because I'm just silent, because I have nothing to add. I don't work at their place. They were all just like, you can add to the conversation if you want. You don't have to be so quiet. Can I add to the conversation? Because I don't work at that factory that you work at. Idiots. I was pretty pissed. And I think I was probably texting my girlfriend the whole time, just saying, WTF, WTF, WTF. It was just weird and rude. So that's my one terrible dating story. My second one, this was just bizarre. I think I met this guy through friends, and I thought he was cute. He thought I was cute. And we went out. The whole entire time, he's talking about our future together. Didn't know this guy. Okay. He was like an acquaintance. And he's just basically like, if things go well, and I'm just like, why do you keep saying, like, if things go well? Like, can't you just, like, enjoy hanging out with somebody? And he just kept hinting at the future, and he's like, oh, well, any date can end in marriage or a breakup, and I'm just like, or it could be, like, nothing, because I'm probably never going to see you again. It was just another turn-offy date. Just really needy, desperate. It just came off really bizarre. And he kept saying things like, oh, I bet you would make really pretty children. What the hell, dude? That is just weird. And I know, like, guys say that girls are super clingy, but I don't know. I just feel like the opposite is true. At least in that situation. I've had a couple guys who were a little clingy, but it was down the road, like, after we had been dating a little bit. It wasn't the first date. Don't have high expectations when you go into a date. Just meet them and enjoy talking to them. Shoot the shit, have a conversation. You don't have to be all freaked out about whether or not this is going to work, because it's nothing yet. Understand? I don't know. Oh gosh, my blood is boiling just thinking about how irritated I was listening to that. Oh my gosh. See, back in the day, I had a lot of patience. A lot of patience. My tolerance for stupidity was very, very high. It is significantly dropped the older I get. It's just hysterical, actually, how much I can't stand people's bullshit anymore. It's just ridiculous. So, dating tip number 2. Don't talk about marriage on your first date. It's very unbecoming of a man and a woman. My third one I saved for last because it's, I think, really, really funny. I met this guy on MySpace. This is how long ago this was. Probably about like 10 years ago. Just turned 18. He was heavily tattooed, I guess you could say. I mean, I had been pretty sheltered my whole childhood. I wouldn't say I was sheltered, but I had kind of a strict upbringing. So once I was 18, I was kind of, oh yeah, I'm going to talk to all these guys that my parents wouldn't let me talk to. So this was definitely a guy you wouldn't bring home to mom. He was nice though. He wasn't mean or anything like that. He was just really rough around the edges. He had probably a mohawk or something like that, colored hair, just really heavily punkified. So I hung out at this guy's house. This is the first time meeting him in person, by the way, after like a month or so of talking online. And first of all, wasn't a turnoff. It was just really, really funny. He had a worse lisp than me. Like, I have a pretty bad lisp most times, but his was like crazy. And he played guitar and he played me a song, that Gin and Juice song, and he was like fippin' on gin and juice, and the whole time I'm like, can I laugh at this? Because this is really, really funny. But I didn't, because I'm a nice person. But then we started watching this concert. Like, he has a bunch of concerts on CD, and then he starts just bashing his ex-girlfriend, like, unprovoked. We weren't even talking about exes or anything. He's just like, my ex-girlfriend is such a whore and blah, 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 and she left me for blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, it's so uncomfortable. So he's just venting and venting and venting away, does not stop or break in the conversation. And I'm just like, slowly inching towards the door because it's so awkward. And then he says, okay, so my ex was in the hospital and she wanted me to watch our sons because she was having a miscarriage and she was in a lot of pain. And I'm just like, okay. And he's like, and I told that bitch that she could just be in pain because she deserved it. And at this point, I'm just like, okay, I think I have to leave. That's just creepy to me, for sure. You don't bash your ex and the mother of your kids like that, especially to a stranger, to someone you've just met, especially on a kind of date. That was just weird. And I don't know, I'm still grossed out thinking about it. I don't know what happened to that guy, but he's probably like a woman beater or something. Like, I'm really glad that I got out of that and was smart enough, even at 18, to be like, okay, this guy is unstable and something is definitely wrong with him. Because you don't just say that to somebody. You don't just say, I just let her have her miscarriage and be in pain because I'm whatever, spiteful. Awful. So, dating tip number 3, don't bash your ex, or really any woman, I would think, to your date. I think that's really rude, incredibly rude, to even bring up your ex. It's just, things happen. I don't think I've even ever told my boyfriends about my exes. Well, I'm sure I have. But when asked, maybe. But I was just like, wow, that is like some grade A disturbing stuff. So don't do that. So I'd love to hear some of your horrible dating stories, horrible girlfriend stories. Don't bash them, remember. But I'm sure you guys have a lot. So I'd love to hear them. I love you guys. Peace.